Biodiversity is the natural environment we are living in. The total variety of biological organisms on Earth. This includes species, genes, and ecosystems. But human activities became a great threat to our biodiversity. What are these activities that greatly affect the deterioration of our biodiversity and natural resources?
Yung, di ba, meron kasing mga native na plants and animals.
Yes po.
But what the social trends or like fads, what they endorse is like, ang ganda nung sa imported goods and their products, and what the corporation or companies do is they tend to cultivate more imported goods rather than the native plants and animals. So like they fail to naturally grow in our environment. Tapos yung sa iba naman, yung mga ini-import nila, yun yung parang mas kino-cultivate nila. Tapos naubusan na yung space ng iba. Parang it's been a crisis before up until now. Kita ninyo yung relation niya with regards to the natural resources. Parang with all the imported goods that we have, we fail to really nurture what we have here in the Philippines. And parang may nabasa nga ako sa article na it's kind of not natural resource anymore because it doesn't naturally grow here, but parang sineset na lang yung environment for what the consumers like us need for us to like buy what they have. Parang ganun. So, parang hindi na siya nagiging yung sa biodiversity, hindi na siya nagiging, di ba? Natural. Diverse. Gano'n. Yeah. Tapos di na siya nagiging natural. Gano'n. Like yung what people simply following the trends and fads. That for me is the
One of the threats.
yeah, the most talaga, yung parang number one. And corporations taking advantage over it.
Extinction is defined as the disappearance of species due to natural phenomenon, or it can also be due to the reckless and impractical utilization of natural resources by humans. In the National Museum of Natural History in the Philippines, you will see specimens of already extinct species that once roamed the lands of the Philippines. Also, endangered species like our very own Philippine eagle. Philippine eagles are giant birds of prey that need 4,000 to 11,000 hectares of land to increase their population. They can live up to 40 years and above in protected areas than in the wild. Human activities like shooting and deforestation poses a great threat to their existence. And also the rafflesia flower. It is a sensitive life form that after it withers, dies and becomes a great forest nutrient. It is classified as an endangered species. Illegal collecting, high mortality level, habitat destruction, habitat specialization, and sex ratio disproportion are the threats to their existence in our forests. With the decrease in the population and classification under the endangered species of some of our endemic plants and animals, like the Philippine eagle and rafflesia. What does it imply to the status of the Philippine biodiversity as of now?
Ang ganda kasi ng Pilipinas, honestly.
True, very true.
Dami kasing species dito na endemic. And
True.
though existing pa rin yung iba kasi declining na, and some are actually extinct, like for example yung mga rhinoceros, ganun. extinct na yun eh. Tapos, pero meron din tayong endangered like the Philippine eagle. Ganun.
Opo,
Kasi,
yes.
like I said earlier, yung mga societal factors that makes consumer want to like have their own sort of prized possession na that really motivates the poachers to
Opo.
continually do what they do, and illegal pa yung activities nila. Government units, when they sometimes yung power they get into their heads, and they tend to be corrupt and not really just think about the economics side of the development of their area, rather than honing and protecting what their area could protect, like the animals and plants and even the people. Actually, what they fail to see is that there are parang social conditions to every environmental crisis that all of us are facing. Like for example, yung plants nga and animals. Parang if you don't condition the environment to let the imported plant or imported plant to grow, or imported animal, parang they really fail to grow, and parang hindi siya nagpo-function as what a plant or tree should function. So it's really hard.
There are societal factors that lead to consumers wanting to have a part of the beauty of the Philippines in their hands. This includes the illegal exploitation of endemic and protected species to be their own prized possession. Some local government units tend to overlook these issues, but there are non-government organizations that advocate the proper ways to take care of our environment.
What we really aim is to forward it to the Tomasian community. That's why we actually recently just launched a program called Green Marshals, and what it aims is to let the students know that, like your own sector in the society contributes to the pollution, like the climate crisis. Parang yun lang yung nakikita na plastic. Pero hindi lang yun. Parang hindi mo nakikita na in your own way, while you're studying, what you are studying actually contributes to like the welfare of the environment, not just the society as we become professionals, right? So, as for the organization that shares our advocacy, ang dami, like Greenpeace, like yung mga, kasi sila parang active sila sa mga pag-lobby sa mga LGUs and the corporations. So, parang activism aspect of it. And then, yung para sa animal cruelty. So, it's really hard to just focus on one thing when our advocacy is really general and encompassing.
Ano po yung mga partner organizations niyo po?
Currently, actually, nag-start yung Earth UST as Haribon's chapter. As of this moment, kasi parang hindi na siya funded by Haribon or like in close partnership or in close coordination with it. Kaya, parang
naging independent na?
Oo, naging independent kami from them. Pero right now, kunyari Greenpeace, we just had a seminar with them.
Wow.
And we're gonna have a seminar with Eco Waste Coalition on Tuesday. It's about zero waste and proper segregation. And yung Living Laudato Si.
Yan nga.
And then we have Action Kalikasan, more sila on tree planting and kinda hiking. So yun, ang dami ding pwedeng partner organization. And what is really advantageous for them is specific. Parang natatakal talaga nila yung parang advocacy nila.
There are a lot of non-government organizations that advocate for the protection and preservation of our environment and animals. But the efforts in taking care of the environment does not limit to big organizations. As students, what can we do to contribute in our own little ways?
First and foremost, don't simply follow the trends and the fads.
Katulad po ng mga straws.
Yung mga
Kasama po ba yun?
Sige, pag-usapan natin. Yung straws kasi, kasi di pa to address yung plastic straw, pero you simply cannot, kasi ako, when environmentalism for me na, I have my own beliefs, I have my own opinions, but I respect others too. So, with regards to the straws, yung plastic kasi, pwede siya kasi sa mga PWD, parang yun yung pinaka-ideal na sila yung gagamit. Kasi syempre, yung PWD na may parang spasms. Spasms ka nun. Kasi hindi nila maano, tapos makakagat nila yun. So, imagine kung metal or bamboo yun, antigas, diba? Though we have other alternatives like the silicone straw, I mentioned bamboo, tapos metal, and then glass straw. So, kung ano actually yung pinaka-preference mo. Kasi, with every solution for me, everything has a specific trade-off. Like, for example, metal straw. It is reusable, but yun nga, yung parang mining, ganon, and yung parang overproduction nun, because it is becoming a trend or a fad. Kaya, parang ngayon, kami, parang pinaka-sinusupport namin, bamboo. Kasi parang madali lang siya mag-grow, 1 week lang. Tapos, okay naman siya. Though, yung trade-off niya is, you need land to cultivate bamboos, right? Yung trends and fads.
Sorry.
Pero yun yung parang, for me, pag hindi ka simply mag-follow lang. Parang, for me, yun na yung parang solution as an individual. Pero you can also join organization. I'm not plugging our organization. But for me naman, kung environment, kasi we're talking about environmental, diba? So, you could join our organization. But if you discover within yourself what you are advocating for, you will be, parang everything doesn't seem like work. But I still get to do what I'm doing kasi I'm really passionate about it. Na, honestly, I see this more as a priority than my ask kasi I'm okay with just passing. Like, parang, so, join an organization and probably have a sustainability kit. Fourth, diba yung parang support local goods. And fourth, yung mga know the ethical aspect of it. Kung hindi lang sa of how it was extracted, how it was produced. Kasi like I mentioned earlier na parang may specific relation din siya sa social conditions na okay.
As students, it is advisable for us to live according to the environment's way. With this, what are the technologies that we may utilize to help sustain our biodiversity?
Technologies. Maganda kasi if hindi mo kasi mapipigilan yung innovation. Diba? So, what I think would be good is that with every technology that a person or a company develops is meron na siyang mismong checks and balance na parang sa factory, diba? May mga machinery sila doon and yung iba should not exceed this limit, gano'n. Hindi na siya mag-i-exceed sa point na to kasi it wouldn't be good for the environment. Tapos, though meron din naman dito sa Philippines, pero hindi parang old age na yung mga machines natin dito, gano'n. So, yun lang yung masasabi ko about that na the checks and balance should be within the technology that is being developed or that was developed. Parang something to regulate.
Innovation in today's world is inevitable. Machineries of companies should have checks and balances or regulators to utilize what they need from the environment without compromising the equilibrium of our biodiversity. It is important to cultivate our own native plants and animals to safely preserve an adequate location for them where they can be nurtured before turning to the current trends of animals and plants brought about by globalization to prevent extinction from our own biodiversity. As humans, we can help in so many ways, like planting trees. The group decided to have our own sustainability kit that will help refuse the use of plastics. In the end, we need our world, and the world needs us. So what can you do to help? When we heal the earth, we heal ourselves.